Add Calendly bookings to Google Calendar and create subscriber in ConvertKit automatically. So whenever any new invitee book an event which you have scheduled in Calendly account, I will show you how you can mark that booking in your own Google Calendar automatically, and how you can add the very same invitee as a subscriber in ConvertKit email marketing software. So if you also want to sync Calendly and Google Calendar and want to add the invitee to your favorite email marketing software automatically, then come with me and I will show you everything step by step. So this is my Calendly invitee where I have scheduled this event, and whenever any new invitee book that event, I will show you how the same meeting will be marked in your Google Calendar and how the same invitee will be created as a subscriber in ConvertKit. And to automate this whole process, firstly we will have to build a connection in Calendly, Google Calendar and ConvertKit application with the help of software called as Pabbly Connect, which is an integration and automation software. I am an existing user of Pabbly Connect, so I am already logged in. You can create your free account in Pabbly Connect in just 2 minutes from this sign up free button, and in the free account you will also get free tasks to test these kind of amazing automation. Now once you will log in and reach out to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, simply click on this blue button that is create workflow, and then provide a random name to your workflow, to your automation. Okay, so I am providing, basically I have directly pasted the name as sync Calendly and Google Calendar and create subscriber in ConvertKit. Okay, let me also correct this spelling. Okay, now simply click on create, and after that you will find 2 boxes. So these boxes are called as trigger and action, and here the trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So whenever something happen in the first application, then automatically do this in the next application. Okay, so this is how you need to select the applications in this trigger and the action window in which you are building an automation. Okay, so now according to our use case, we want that whenever any new invitee book an event in Calendly application, okay, so let me select the same, then automatically mark that booking in Google Calendar application. Okay, so here also I will be searching for the same application. Okay, and further automatically add that invitee in ConvertKit application. Okay, so lastly I will select that application in the action application. Okay, so in this way I have selected all the applications in this trigger and the action windows. Okay, and now the idea here is I am going to connect all these applications one by one with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so let us connect Calendly with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so firstly select the trigger event, that is whenever any new invitee is created, this automation should trigger. Okay, so I have selected the same. Now simply click on connect, then click on add a new connection, click on this connect with the Calendly, and then you will have to provide the access of your Calendly account. But because I am already logged in my Calendly application, so that is why the authorization is successful directly, and my Calendly application is also connected with the Pabbly Connect immediately. Okay, and because we are connected, it has automatically fetched the organization name from Calendly and even the user name from the Calendly. Okay, so now I'll be clicking on the save and send test request button, and you will notice that it will start waiting for the response. Okay, which means it is asking to create an event, basically to create an invitee in Calendly so that the details can be captured here. Okay, so I will go back to my Calendly, and here you can notice I have already scheduled an event, or you can say a meeting here, and as a new user I am going to book that meeting. Okay, so assume that I am ready for this meeting for 30th of August. Okay, and the timing is 9 AM. I'm selecting 9 AM timing, that is on August 30. Now clicking on next, and then I will provide some random details, some dummy details. Okay, so let me provide the first name as demo, then I will provide the last name as user, email address will be demouser123@pabblytudes.com. okay, and lastly I will add again a dummy phone number, something like 98888 and then 88888. Okay, so I have added a dummy phone number. Now I'll click on the schedule event button, and as soon as this is scheduled, you will notice that the response will be received here, and that response will consist of all the booking related details. Okay, so here you can notice the response is already received. Okay, let me show you the details one by one. Okay, so here we have the date of creation, here we have the email address of that invitee, here we have the first name, last name, full name, and let me show you other details also like the mobile number, and where is the date of event. Okay, basically the start date and end date. Okay, so here we have the timing as 30th of August and the end timing is showing as 4 p.m. Okay, and where is that start timing? Okay, I'll have to look for that as well. Alright, so here we have the timing, basically the start timing as 30th of August, and again the timing has been captured again in a different way. Okay, so remember we have scheduled this event, this meeting for 9 a.m. to 9:30. Okay, but the timing we have got is actually of 3 and 3:30 p.m. Okay, so basically it has captured this timing into the UTC format. Okay, so don't worry, we will convert these timings firstly from UTC to Asia Kolkata, basically into the local time zone, and then only we will mark that meeting in our Google Calendar. Okay, so the presence of this whole data clearly shows that the connection in between Calendly and Pabbly Connect is working absolutely fine. Okay, so now onwards what will happen? Every time someone will book your meeting, the invitee details will be captured via Pabbly Connect instantly, because this trigger will instantly capture new incoming data and the workflow execution will start in real time. Okay, so in this way the first step of our automation is done, and now moving further I am going to mark this booking in Google Calendar. But before that, remember we have got the date in different time zones. Okay, so firstly I am going to convert those timings, both the timings, the start time and the end time, and then further I will mark that booking in my Google Calendar. Okay, so how we can do that? Simply search for date and time formatter, which is an amazing feature of Pabbly Connect via which you can convert your time zones. Basically you can apply different kind of operations within your workflow, within your automation related to date. Okay, currently I would like to format my date along with the time zone, so I am going with the same. Now simply clicking on connect and it will be connected immediately, and firstly it will ask you that what date you would like to format. Okay, so firstly I would like to format that start date. Okay, so let me show you the same, that is start date, and here we have the start date as 30th of August and 3:30 p.m. and the interesting thing here is I am not going to manually copy this detail and paste it here. Basically I am going to map the above date. Okay, and mapping is very simple. When you will click on this field, you will find the above data here in the drop down. Okay, so simply search for your start date and time, which was this. Okay, so I have mapped it successfully. Now you must be thinking, what is the importance of mapping? Okay, so whatever the details we will map here, these details will be replaced automatically when our automation will work in real time or in next time. But if you will provide any detail manually here, that detail will remain same, will static. Okay, so that is why mapping plays a major role inside this automation. Further it is asking for the from format. Okay, so we have the date format as YYYY MMDD and then T, and further HH MM and SS and then Z. Okay, so here you will find a lot of from format, and I'll be going with the same format, that is along with this T and Z. Okay, so here we have the same format along with the T and Z, so I have selected the from format. Now it is asking for the to format. So well, currently I am going with this particular format only, but I'm not really sure that which particular date and time zone Google Calendar will ask for. Okay, so because whatever the response we will receive from this particular step, we are going to map the very same response in our Google Calendar step. So that is why it is important to know that what format Google Calendar is looking for. Okay, so let us go with the same currently, and in the from time zone I will be adding this ETC and UTC. Okay, let me search for the same, and in the two time zone, because I am from India, so I will select the same, that is Asia and Kolkata. Okay, you will have to select your own time zone. Okay, clicking on this button, save and send test request, and you will see in the response we will receive the exact timing for which we have scheduled our meeting. Okay, so here we have the timing as 9 AM. Okay, so in this way you can convert your date and time. Now this was for the first date, basically the start date, but now we will also have to convert the same timing for the end date as well. Okay, so instead of clicking on this plus icon once again and add the very same step once again from the scratch, I will show you a short trick. Okay, so here you will find an option of this 3 dot. Okay, before I copy and paste the exact step once again, firstly I will rename this step in order to avoid any confusion. Okay, so date and time formatter colon, and here I am writing something like start date time conversion. Okay, so that it will be easier for me to understand which particular date and time formatter feature is for start date and for the end date. Okay, clicking on update, and now finally I'll click on this 3 dot, and here did you notice this option copy step? Click on that, and further click on this paste step. Okay, and in this way the same step will be pasted below. Okay, so let me show you the same. Okay, so in this way you do not have to add this step from scratch, you can even copy and paste it. Okay, so here you can notice it is connected already, and in place of this start date we will map the end date. Okay, so let me search for the same, and again I am mapping the end date as well. Okay, so I have mapped it. Now it is asking for the from format. Well, I do not need to change anything because remember we have pasted this step from our previous step and every setting is already there. Okay, clicking on the save and send test request, and I am expecting the timing of 9:30 AM, and here you can notice we have received the correct date and time. Okay, so in this way, with the help of date and time formatter feature, you can convert your date and time very easily. Okay, so this particular step is also done, and finally I am going to mark this particular booking in my Google Calendar. Okay, so the application is already selected. Now I will be selecting the action event, that is create an event. Okay, now simply click on connect, and just like we have connected Calendly and Pabbly Connect, now I am going to connect the Google Calendar and Pabbly Connect. Okay, so simply click on add new connection and then click on this sign in with Google, and then you will have to provide the access of your Google account. Okay, but because I have provided this access multiple times, okay, so I will go with the existing connection, clicking on save, and this is how my Google Calendar will be connected with Pabbly Connect once again. So this is how my Google Calendar will be also connected with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so here you can notice it is connected. Okay, and just in case if you also want to go with the existing connection, you just need to provide the access in the first time, and after that you can also reuse the existing connection. Okay, so because we are connected, here you can notice whatever the calendars are available in my Google Calendar have started visible here in the drop down. Okay, so let me show you all these calendars, that is Pabbly, Astrologers, Individual, Latest Calendar, Papcon and Pabbly Connect. Okay, so I am about to create the event in this Pabbly Connect calendar. Okay, so I will be selecting the same, that is Pabbly Connect. Okay, now it is asking that what should be the title of your event. Okay, so again I am going to map the details from my Calendly step. Okay, so here we can map the title of our Calendly event. Okay, so I will have to check whether I have received any title. All right, and yes, we do have a title, that is partnership meeting. Okay, so how about I take the same, asking for the description. Well, as far as I remember, I have not provided any description to my Calendly event, so that is why in the response also I do not have such details. Okay, so this is not a mandatory field, so I am leaving it blank for now. If you want, you can provide the details from the above step, okay, but in that case you will have to make sure that you also provide the description to your event, okay. Moving further, asking for the location. Well, again I am going to leave this particular field blank because this is not a mandatory or required field. And finally it is asking for the start date and time and the end date and time, okay. So here we can notice the date and time formatter, okay. So here we can notice the date and time format for which Google Calendar is asking, okay. So it wants the date and time in this T and Z format and this YYYYMMDD and then HHMMSS, okay. So I will have to check that whether I have received my date and time in the same format. No, here you can notice that Z part is missing, okay. So what I can do is I can go back to my date and time formatter step, and here in the to time zone I can simply change this format, okay. So how about I go with this Z, okay. So here you can notice this particular format consists of T and Z, okay. So clicking on this button once again, and I'm really expecting that I will receive the timing along with the T and Z format, okay. So here you can notice we have received once again the correct timing, that is 9 AM along with the T and Z format, okay. Here also I'll do the same changes, that is this, okay. Clicking on this button directly, and I'm expecting again the same and correct timing, okay. So yes, we do have the 9:30 timing along with the Z, okay. So now I can easily map those correct date and time according to this particular format, okay. So clicking on this particular field, and here you can notice in the drop down the recent data is not visible, okay. So you just need to click on this refresh fields button, and in this way your automation will be refreshed, and now you will be able to access the recent data, okay. Once again clicking on this field, and now you can easily access the new data, okay. So I have mapped it successfully. Asking for the end date, okay. So again I have mapped it successfully. Asking for the time zone, so again because I am from India, so I am going to select the timing as Asia Kolkata, basically my own time zone, okay. Asking for the visibility, let us keep it as public only. Asking for the guest, okay. So here I can map the email ID of that invitee, okay. So I can search that email ID with the help of @, okay. So I have mapped it. Now it is asking for the event reoccurrence rule, okay. So you will have to read these instructions carefully, okay. You can use this particular tool to generate the recurrence rule, example this, and if you want to create one time event, use the rule as this, okay. So let's say you just want to create an event only for one time, you can exactly copy the same format, okay. So I have added the same. Clicking on this button, save and send test request, and I'm really expecting that the event should be scheduled in my Google Calendar on the very same date and time, okay. So here you can notice the response is received. Going back to my calendar, and here you can notice on 30th of August the same event has been scheduled automatically. Partnership meeting, basically with the same title and even the same date and timing. Here we have the event as once and the same email address of the invitee, okay. So the second step of our automation is also done, which was creating, basically marking that event, marking that meeting in our own Google Calendar, okay. So moving further, now I am going to add that invitee to my email marketing software, that is ConvertKit. So firstly I will select the action event, that is add a subscriber to our form, okay. So if you want to add the subscriber to our sequence, you can also go with the same, okay, but currently I'll go with the same. Now just like we have connected above two applications with Pabbly Connect, now I am going to connect a ConvertKit with the Pabbly Connect, okay, for which it is asking for the API key and the API secret, okay. So you will have to visit this particular hyperlink, okay, and if you are already logged in your ConvertKit application, it will redirect you to that specific place from where you can actually get these things, that is API key and API secret, okay. So where are those details? I'll have to check that, okay. So you can notice this advanced option, you'll have to firstly click on that, that, and where is the API details. Okay, so here we have the API key. Let me click on this copy button and paste the key here, asking for the API secret key. Okay, so I will click on this show first, and then again I'm going to copy the same, clicking on save, basically pasting the same here, clicking on save, and this is how my ConvertKit application will be also connected with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, and because we are connected here, you can notice whatever the forms are available in my ConvertKit application have started visible here. Okay, so firstly I'll show you the both forms, that is here you can find the landing pages and forms of ConvertKit. Okay, and currently I have created two forms in my ConvertKit dashboard. Okay, that is this Charlotte form and this lead form, and I would like to sync my subscribers. I would like to add that new subscriber in this lead form. Okay, so I'll be selecting the same, that is lead form, and further it is asking for the basic details which are actually required for creating a subscriber in ConvertKit. Okay, so again I am going to map the details from my previous step response, and here we have the first name which I have mapped successfully, and again whatever the details we are mapping will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time in next time. Okay, but whatever the detail you will provide manually will remain same. Okay, and asking for the email address, so let me search for the same, and I have mapped it successfully. Okay, asking for the tags, well again it is completely up to you. Currently, how about I add this specific tag along with my subscriber. Now finally I'll be clicking on this button, save and send test request, and I am really expecting that the subscriber will be created automatically in my ConvertKit application. So here you can notice the response is received. Going back to ConvertKit, here we have this option of subscribers. Let me click on that, and firstly I'll click on this all subscribers section because this subscribers has not give the confirmation yet. Okay, so clicking on that, fingers crossed, and here you can notice the very same subscriber with the same name has been created in our ConvertKit email marketing application automatically. Okay, so in this way you can automate this process very easily with the help of Pabbly Connect, and in order to automate this whole process you just need to create this automation inside Pabbly Connect for once. After that you can sit back and relax, and Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. Okay, let me also rename this step, that is end date time conversion. Okay, and just in case if you want to access this 5-step automation, okay, that is this 5-step workflow inside your own Pabbly Connect account, I will also attach the link of my workflow into the description box. So simply click on this link and then sign up for free into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access the same workflow inside your own Pabbly Connect account, that too for free. Not just these applications, you can integrate multiple applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. My team will surely answer to your questions. This is the website of Pabbly Connect, and for the latest updates of Pabbly Connect and unique automation ideas, you can join our Facebook group, that is formget.deals. If you have found this video helpful in any way, share it with your friends and colleagues and also help them to automate their business. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.